Solo Sikoa has made a very big claim, so we'll see what's being said there. We'll also check out what's new with Tiffany Stratton, Bayley, and more. Starting things off with some Bloodline related matters. Solo Sikoa was seen talking to the Bloodline about some serious upcoming situations that they'll have to deal with. He said that there will be an 8-man tag team match next week between the Bloodline versus DIY and the Street Profits. Solo noted how he sacrificed his own brother Jimmy Uso, how he took out Paul Heyman, how he recently took out Roman Reigns, and how they were all family members. So Solo said he can't even imagine what the Bloodline and himself will do to people that aren't family members. Solo also echoed something that he said in recent weeks, and that's the fact that he wants another crack at the WWE Undisputed Championship against whoever walks out of Bash in Berlin as the champion. Solo still feels like the WWE title match at SummerSlam was robbed from him, and swears he would have won if Roman Reigns never got involved. So that's what Solo's character is stuck on right now. He believes he deserves another match due to outside interference. And you can argue that it's a bit silly, considering it was Solo's idea to introduce Bloodline rules to the SummerSlam match, which basically grants outside interference for both sides. But he's stuck on the idea that he was truly robbed of his match, and that's why he needs another one. Solo also slipped in a few lines during his segment about officially being the tribal chief, since he did officially take out Roman Reigns a few weeks back. So Solo feels like him being the tribal chief is even more justified now after that attack on Roman. But you can surely argue that this line by Solo furthers the potential issues between Jacob Fatu and himself, because if you listen to Solo Sikoa speak, he's basically taking all the credit for himself without letting you know about the crucial assists he received during those attacks. Like with the takedown of Roman Reigns, Roman was absolutely destroying Solo and company during that edition of SmackDown. It was Jacob Fatu who made that big save and really switched the momentum in favor of the Bloodline. So again, for Solo to not really acknowledge Jacob's help, nor give him any credit at all for an assist, that just seems like it's going to be an important one later on, and will be one of the reasons why Jacob eventually starts looking at Solo sideways. So no acknowledgement at all to Jacob being the one that actually saved the day and took out Roman. Solo takes all the credit, and if you hear him speak here, you would really assume that he had no help at all during all of those previous attacks. So as Solo continues to take all the credit and disrespects the other members, we gotta hope that they open their eyes eventually to what's going on around them. But that 8-man tag match should be very fun to watch, because it is the first time ever that Solo's entire Bloodline will be competing alongside each other at the same time in the same match. So they should win in a dominant fashion over DIY and the Street Profits, no doubt about it. Another important thing to keep your eyes out for is obviously some potential side drama during the tag team match in the Bloodline's corner. Will Solo Sikoa tag himself in while Jacob Fatu is in the zone and locked in? Will Solo Sikoa pass up on tagging Jacob in favor of one of the Tongans? Just little things like that to continue Jacob and Solo's story with each other is what we have to watch out for. Solo claims to have all the love for his family members, but he continues to sneak around and diss them in little ways, especially Jacob. Solo stripped Jacob of the title he earned, did not give him credit for the save against Roman, and who knows what else Solo will do to him during this 8-man tag team match. So that's something to keep your eyes out for. And we'll have to see if Solo will get his second WWE title match after all. Roman's next WWE appearance is currently up in the air and unknown, but there have been some rumors of him popping up again on SmackDown sometime in September. So if Solo has a #1 contenders match or something major in coming weeks, that may be a perfect spot for a return from Roman. Solo believes now that he officially took out the original Bloodline for good, and how he's fully in the clear, but he can be in for a rude awakening any week now. Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax story continued in a big way during the street fight against Michin. After a powerbomb was hit on Nia Jax from Michin, Tiffany Stratton came out running down the ramp with her briefcase in hand and making gestures that looked like she was cashing in. Tiffany hit Michin with the briefcase, but glanced down at Nia Jax and looked like she was about to hand in the briefcase to the referee to officially make this a triple threat match. But right before Tiffany is about to lock in her decision, she looks down at Nia again, and Nia is now fully up looking at her, asking her about what she's doing. Tiffany decides not to cash in and just unleash an attack on Michin, but it's Bayley who makes the big save with her big return, and her first televised appearance since SummerSlam. Bayley chases Tiffany out of the ring, helping Michin out and returning the match to a fair one-on-one situation. But unfortunately for Michin, the damage was already done, and Nia Jax ends up capitalizing and defeating her. So just another great, eventful week for this storyline. A lot of people have been doubting Tiffany's loyalty to Nia Jax, and this moment here only fuels their argument even more. Tiffany looked down at Nia and really seemed like she was near seconds away from throwing out the friendship and cashing in. Even in street clothes, Tiffany was still ready to cash in on Nia and just go for it. And who knows what would happen if Nia never caught Tiffany right there in that moment. So it's a bad look for Tiffany in the eyes of Nia Jax. Nia will confront Tiffany about that, and it's going to be a little difficult for Tiffany to lie her way out of that one, because she basically had the briefcase in the referee's grasp and was ready to cash in. What story will Tiffany come up with to get herself out of that hot water? Especially when Nia watches the full replay back, it's going to be impossible to explain that. That was now the third fake-out cash-in attempt from Tiffany. The first one was on SmackDown, where Tiffany was about to cash in on Bayley after Nia Jax attacked her, but Nia came back into the ring and questioned Tiffany on what she was doing, which made Tiffany stop the cash-in. The second one was at SummerSlam, when Tiffany came out running even with a referee at her side, but it was heavily implied that the SummerSlam one was something that Nia and Tiffany plotted together to distract Bayley and help Nia win, which it definitely did. And now this most recent one was the street fight. So in the first two attempts, Bayley was going to be the cash-in victim, but in this recent street fight one, it was the first one that included Nia Jax being the near cash-in victim. So it technically is the first time that Tiffany has thought about using it on Nia Jax. And since that happened, that should absolutely cause some weird tension between Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton, until Tiffany potentially proves herself to Nia again in a new way. With Michin now being defeated, it looks like that could be the end of this Nia's first feud as champion, and she'll be moving on as someone new. Fans think that Bayley returning in the street fight is a good sign that maybe Bayley reignites her feud with Tiffany and Nia and tries to get back the WWE Women's title. Some fans think that if Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair don't win back the tag team titles, that one of them will also serve as a good challenger to Nia Jax. But Nia's reign is absolutely off to a red-hot start. You have this whole extra background narrative with Tiffany Stratton going. She just had the street fight, and there's a loaded SmackDown women's division that's ready for Nia. So it should continue to be a great reign as champion. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.